right. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. It is time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. I am your host, JoesAtmosfere, and as usual, I am joined by my brother, Hylunder. Welcome aboard for our new time slot of 5 p.m. Central Time on Sundays. How are you, LSU Tiger?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good to see you. Good to do the show again. It's been a long time since we did it, actually, man. Seems like it's like months, right?
Well, it looked like Monday wasn't going to work out for you, so we had to find a different day.
Yeah,
Now that
Monday. I got home from Monday and I was just like, whew.
Now that I am officially off on Saturdays.
Yes.
I have been trying to get Saturdays and Sundays off my entire working career. And, I couldn't do it the first 18 years because I was a bartender. You know how much money I'd lose if I took a Saturday off?
Yeah, you'd be basically working for free in the bar business if you're not working the weekend.
But then I was on rotating shifts on friggin', factory work for years too. So I never had a full weekend off. So this is nice. It's nice. We finally got a part-time guy that loves the fact that he can work on Saturday. And I'm like, yes, you are an answer to prayer, my brother. Thank you for being here, Robert. Appreciate you. But anyway, what are you sporting tonight, my friend?
This is the Zach Wild Epiphone. I think I bought this in 2010. This thing right here, man, it is a beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
Got the EMGs that he digs. Mm-hmm. It's a heavy beast, man, but yeah, I enjoy playing it. I don't get to play it too much because it's the value for this one, the buzzsaw that I have, and the Camel one, their value has increased exponentially. So I don't bust them out too much, but
yeah,
it's a good machine. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we got in the chat, Low Spec is here, and our good friend Lady V Elements, and yes, I have my Virus of Unknown Origin ready to roll.
Ka-chink.
That's right. He's got his Guinness. Gonna need this during the flick section tonight, as you guys saw by the lead-in, because the guy we're going to talk about in there tonight is one of our favorite guys ever. So, anyway,
got a couple
of things. Got a couple of things to get into tonight, but first, we've got to get into the top of the heap, boys and girls. It is time to get into the top of the heap. Those stories that nobody really wants to know about, nobody really wants to talk about, but we got to keep up on them. Got to stay vigilant.
Yes, sir.
What's going on in the world? And the first one tonight, as usual, we keep it going. That way, people don't forget about it. It's the war in the Ukraine.
I think people have forgotten about that.
I think they have, but we're not going to let them forget about it. It's the Russia-Ukraine at a glance. You got to love these ads. Do we really need somebody sitting?
You have to have it. One goes with the other. You can't talk about the Ukraine without seeing somebody taking a dump
on the shitter, right? Jeez. Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 711. Enemy Tu-95 bomber pilot shot inside Russia, says Ukrainian military intelligence. Police target journalists during anti-war protest in Moscow. Oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's look, guys, half of these things, I'm just going to show you the headlines we've got at the beginning of this, okay? Hamas hounds Israeli forces in main Gaza cities, right?
Ugh.
And then everybody saw this footage earlier this week. Israeli forces dressed as women and medics storm a West Bank hospital, killing 3 militants.
I saw the headline on it. I didn't see the video. I mean,
Yeah, it's,
I don't really need to see the video, but
right. Yeah. But the fact that, they're infiltrating through covert operations, that's not surprising at all. I mean,
infiltration.
well, these guys base themselves in schools and friggin' hospitals. I mean, they use their own people as human shields.
Wait a
And I
minute.
just
This is an honorable bunch, dude. Come on now.
I know half the country backs them. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
dude. Don't be, you know what I'm saying?
There's
Don't
nothing good there though, man. I
be,
mean, I doubt all the Israeli tactics are above board either. I mean,
it's war, man. And look, they got
yeah, it's war.
that's been going on
Yes,
forever.
yes,
It
it has.
what's headline and what side you believe in is what you're going to believe. The whole
Yeah,
thing is a mess anyway. So
yeah, it is. It's above our pay grade, as I like to say, and we
yeah,
in in my
no
humble
doubt.
opinion,
We
and
don't
I'm
live
pretty
there.
sure
We
my
don't.
brother agrees with me, we need to stay the hell out of it and just,
Well, yeah. I mean, because look, we don't live there. We don't know what goes on over there. We only know what our media gives us, and
mhm,
depending on what channel you turn on, you're going to get a different view. So
mhm. Yep.
what I do know is we're $34 trillion in debt. That's our national debt, and we're talking about sending them another $19 billion. Where the fuck is all this money coming from?
Yeah.
That's what people need to really be concerned with. But we're too busy fighting with each other to not pay attention to what the Fed's doing to us economically, and it's really making us slaves to the freaking the budget because they got money going, and we're on the hook for it. We're on the hook for it. Our kids are on the hook for it. Our grandkids, great grandkids, and they don't seem to care about that. So
Yeah. It's a mess, man. It's a
yep.
mess. And this guy, the current administration is I don't know. It just seems to me like they're fighting on how many fronts now that they've got us in the middle of this stuff. Let's see. Speaking of that, we've got some headlines about that this week. Iraq's Kataib Hezbollah faction suspends attacks on U.S. forces. Iran aligned groups suspected an attack that killed 3 U.S. troops says its decision stems from a wish to prevent embarrassment from the Baghdad government. Wow. Really? Well, the U.S. ain't listening to that bullshit. They launched strikes in Iraq, Syria, and nearly 40 reported killed. Yeah. And of course, the Iraqis are squawking back. They say U.S. Strikes will have disastrous consequences for the region. Warns Iraq attacks on Friday also decided as a strategic mistake by Iran, which insisted no Revolutionary Guards were present in areas hit. This is exactly what I was worried about with all this stuff, man. It just seems to be escalating on every front all around the globe, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
The timing of it, the whole it's just bizarre to me. So
yeah,
it's
we're entering an election season, and the big story, what they need to be looking at though, that they're diverting you with this stuff when they should be talking about the frickin' and Lady V agrees with you about what your comments about us being on the hook and all that stuff.
yeah.
But I didn't have I do have an article on that. Let me pop it up here real quick. Actually, it looks like Mexico may be trying to help us down there with the border crisis that's going on now. Your governor has, of course, this didn't happen this week. It's been going on for a little bit, but he, I believe, made a proclamation that they were going to arrest folks and help me out
Well,
with
he's
this, Dan.
trying to shut down the border, man.
Yeah.
We're getting overwhelmed.
He's giving them he's taking the handcuffs off of law enforcement, telling them, hey, you can arrest them and send them back. right?
So border security is a federal thing that they have neglected. So the governor of Texas has taken it upon himself, said, we're gonna close this border down, and you sanctuary cities that you just advertise yourself as sanctuary cities, here they come.
Yep.
Here they come. And now those people that are living in those areas, they're having a fit with the, because these people were there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a story this week. I don't have an article up on it, but I'm sure you saw it in the news where there was some immigrants beat the hell out of some New York cops, and they were released.
Yep.
With no charges.
Yep.
Hours later, and we're cocky about it when they left too.
Yep.
It's pretty bad. But look, it looks like the Mexican authorities are going to try and help out down south. It says 200 Mexican Navy special forces sent to border state of I want to say Kahlua, but I know that might be right, Kahlua, to combat crime involving migrants. So they're sending some folks down there.
Oh yeah,
on the Mexican side, it looks like
cartels must have told them, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, because we know who really governs Mexico, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
it's good to see you there, Henry. How you doing?
Yeah, what are we talking about? I mean,
Yeah, so. 200 but that's their special forces down there. So we'll see how that turns out for them. Of course, with all the saber rattling going on, Mr. Un can't help himself. He's got to be involved in there somewhere, right?
Don't forget about him, that's for sure.
Don't forget about us, man. South Korea says North Korea fired cruise missiles in third launch of such weapons this month. Yeah, they have been firing a lot of missiles into the sea out there. They're not really aiming them at anything, but yeah, this guy never goes away, man. Mr. Un.
No, he's not going to go away.
He's just not. It's. I just wish all the saber rattling would slow down, dude. It's just,
Well, you didn't see all this under the previous administration. You didn't see that.
No.
And I think historically, you didn't see this kind of just the world on fire kind of thing under more conservative administrations.
Yeah. But,
well, you see it. I mean, you and I have been alive long enough to be able to speak to this. When you have a very I don't even like to use these trigger words. When you have a Democrat in the office, you're going to see a lot more fires popping up around the world for whatever reason. And then when you see a Republican in there, you see that die down. It speaks to leadership, and for better or worse, when we are perceived as weak, the world goes crazy. We're perceived as strong, everything settles down, so
yeah,
that's a fact. I mean,
it's true. It's true. It's look, it's like I've told you before, there's ebbs and flows to it,
every generation thinks they're unique and their experience is unique, but what happens is not.
No,
we just repeat, and we don't do anything different.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Well, and in our own country's political scene, we've since we talked to you last, Vivek had dropped out, and last week, Ron DeSantis dropped out of the race. It's down to we're talking about the Republican primary race, looking for the nomination by the Republican Party, and it's down to Nikki Haley and ex-President Trump now.
Unless he gets, unless a legal issue prevents him from being able to run, he's going to be the Republican
nominee.
Representative.
It's sure looking that way. Ron DeSantis ends his presidential campaign before New Hampshire primary. And I mean, I gotta say, good for him. He should have dropped out a while ago. He needs to. He needs a little bit more. I think the conservative side would rather see him finish his battles there with Disney down in Florida. You know what I mean? Because he's been doing real good on that front down there.
That battle will never end. The
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
know it won't.
younger voices, Vivica, this guy here,
Yeah.
I mean, any young voice that's in either one of these parties,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to rise because they don't have the machine behind them. You're going to have Trump and you're going to have Biden. This is who the people in power and money, this is who they want. And this
Mm-hmm.
is what we're going to be forced to choose from. You know,
Yeah.
unfortunately, this is the shit that we have to choose from. Two old people that should be enjoying their retirement somewhere, but no.
Making, yeah, guys with fewer days ahead of them than behind are making decisions for the rest of us that are going to be here a while,
Yep.
right? Yeah, it's you'd love to see some younger voices. It's like I told you back in the last election uh, when Biden got elected. I was pulling for you know the girl I call Wonder Woman, man, and she's completely dropped out of politics now. She's just a commenter on it.
Because
Uh,
she understands
yeah,
the game.
yeah.
He has
You
no
try.
chance.
Yeah, she tried to do it with public money and everything. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about Tulsi Gabbard. That's the girl I was behind in the last one. I actually sent $50 to her campaign trying to help it out, and that kind of thing. But she had to drop out because she wasn't going to take corporate money. And if you don't take the money that's out there, your word's not going to get out there, and it's
No,
just
you're
it's
just
not going
not
to
going to
happen
go
for you.
anywhere.
Yeah, unless
You have
you're
to play the game.
independently wealthy like a Donald Trump,
Yep.
the word's not going to get out there. It's just not,
Yep. And
It's a
he knows
shame.
where all the bones and skeletons are freaking buried. So he's
Yep.
going to have the money. He's going to have the machine. He's already won the presidency once. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless he runs into some kind of legal thing that's going to prevent him from running, he's going to be able to run. I think he'll lose again.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take on it. We're going to get 4 more years of wow, Mr. Magoo, I guess,
I hope not, dude. I
Yeah,
hope
I mean,
not. Yikes.
let's say anyway, we're going to get some old guy in there. So there you go.
Gosh.
It has
Yeah,
not
one of the
lived in
two
our
old
world.
guys is going to get in there, right?
Yeah, they have not lived in our world. They don't know what it's like to live out here. They don't know the problems of people that, live and work and raise their family out here. They have
Yeah.
no clue. No clue.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, we are done with that bunch of yuck right there. Thank God. It is time to move on. And we are going to have a producer next week. I'm going to do it right after this show. I'm going to get to cutting some clips of our new producer is going to be what is my man's name, dude? What is that comedian's name, buddy?
I don't know.
There's a comedian that uses
He's
face
awesome
filters.
now.
Anyway, I think we're going to have a mixture of Alec Baldwin, Sylvester Stallone, mostly Sylvester Stallone, talking about the troubles in Middle Earth,
Right.
Kind of thing.
Well,
But yeah, we got a new producer. I just got to cut the clips. But it is time to move on to the jockstrap, boys and girls. You know what time it is. It is time to check out what a different kind of bunch of millionaires wants us to do.
Yeah.
And only these guys are finely tuned athletes.
Yes.
I mean, dropping threes on you. And
look at the stroke.
I mean, look
in the face.
The expert handling of the football, they're ready at all times, boys and girls. And what we got to start with here is, of course, the Super Bowl matchup has been decided. Now, I would talk about the Pro Bowl. Hang on one second.
Why? Why would you do that?
I would talk about the Pro Bowl, boys and girls, but you know what? No, I'm not talking about that. I was playing Baldur's Gate with some friends earlier today, and sure enough, boys and girls, I turn on the Pro Bowl at 12:30, getting some stuff together, right? And what do I see? Girls playing flag football. That's what was going on.
My only question to you is, why would you do that? Why would you even turn that on?
Because I keep it on channel 3. I turned on channel 3. I turned on the TV for the dogs. We keep the TV running for the dogs in the living room.
I have not watched the Pro Bowl since probably the early 90s, maybe late 80s.
Yeah. Well, let's give them our thoughts on the games this week. Hang on one second. The ad decided it wanted to take over the show. But let's let them know about the games that we saw this week. Let me drop it back to conference championships. Yes. first one, of course, being the Chiefs and the Ravens. Now, boys and girls, I don't know why the Ravens decided not to run the football in this game, but they went totally airborne, and they paid the price. They played right into the strength of the Kansas City defense. I have no clue why they did that, but I guess they were trying to catch them with their pants down or something,
Did
Dan. I don't know.
you watched the game, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, so you know why they didn't run the ball.
Yeah.
They couldn't win the line of scrimmage. Now, come on, you watched the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were getting dominated up
They
front.
were.
So it's
Chris Jones was having his way, man. It was pretty
no
bad.
mystery why they were not running the football. So, and they were very disciplined the way they rushed the quarterback.
Yep.
They were very disciplined in their lanes. He didn't have a lot of room to run. They played man up front, and look, that Kansas City defense from the start of the last quarter pole until present day, that defense has become tighter and tighter and more.
Yes, every game they allow fewer and fewer points. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they went into Baltimore and beat a very physical Baltimore team, beat them up.
Yeah.
Beat them up.
Mm-hmm. The defense, I think, did a good job. It was just, wow, the offense had no answer for what the defense was doing. They really didn't. And it's a shame. I think do you think this is going to be the best chance for Lamar this year, or do you think they're going to be back?
Well, I think this year was the best chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do, because he had a very good complement of wide receivers. They got a nice stable of running backs. I mean, look at them. Look what they did in the regular season.
Yeah.
They blew the doors off of Detroit. They blew the doors off of freaking San Francisco. I mean, they were 14-3 or something like that. I don't know it was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And but they ran into a Kansas City Chief team that just knows how to win.
Yeah. You got to take your hat off to Spagnuolo. He can dial up the defense, man.
Look, and Kelsey had a monster game.
Yes, he did. He passed Jerry Rice for the most receptions in the postseason. That's amazing.
KC left some points out on the field by going forward on fourth downs as well. Did. So
yeah,
KC, that game was never in doubt. It really wasn't.
Yeah, the score is not indicative of it. It really isn't. Even though Baltimore's defense, like I said, they showed up. I mean, Kansas City didn't score a point in the second half, but you know what? They moved the chains when they had to keep their momentum.
When they needed critical fourth downs, they had that one third and long, and they hit him with that long bomb down. That was the end of the game right there. They made critical plays, critical times, and guys were making the catches when they had to. So, there you go.
Okay, the other one we had, boys and girls, was the one that broke most of America's heart, because we were all pulling for the Lions. I know I was. Dan, I don't know if you were, but
well, yeah, absolutely I was. Absolutely I was.
You got to say this for the Lions, though. They are headed in the right direction. They just need to figure out how to win, and we're going to speak to that a little bit more later on. But suffice to say, they could not outlast the Niners, even though they had a 17-point lead going into the halftime. 3-score lead going into the halftime, and could not hold it.
I tell you what, they're going to regret that one, because that Packer team is coming on.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I was fixing to say, man, because you know what? This Niner team struggled with them the week before. Yeah. They did. Yeah. And Danny and I have talked about this, and we'll talk about this game a little bit more later on. But let's go ahead and get to the Super Bowl matchup, because I know Danny's going to be talking about this one later on in one of his spots. But this is our matchup, guys. It's a rematch of 4 years ago, Super Bowl 54. The 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And my brother and I, you guys, I hate it for you Niners fans, because my brother and I are of the same mind. You're going to have to go above and beyond to win this game, for the reasons we just said about the Chiefs. Spagnuolo is no joke. He is going to find a way to keep these guys contained, their big weapons and all that. There's chinks in the armor. This Niners team, as physical as they play, they're not at the top of their health. At least two of their bigger play guys. I know that Deebo Samuel is nicked up. He seems to go out every game. He's definitely playing hurt. And
everybody's nicked up at this time.
Everybody is nicked up at this point. But man, the best quarterback of this generation is in the Super Bowl again. I mean, this is what, his fourth go at it. He's lost one and won two.
Yeah.
This was his first win, was against the 49ers. And I just feel like, it's a combination of two things, Dan. I think the Kansas City Chiefs know how to win. They've been in this spot 3 of the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing about it is, I don't know what it is about Shanahan, but it showed up in that friggin' game against the Packers, the one you were referring to earlier. 2 minutes left at the end of the half. He lets the clock run out with 3 timeouts. He doesn't even let those guys try and score. It's almost like he's coaching not to lose.
Now,
and
let me ask you this. With that being said,
has
Purdy looked good in these playoffs?
No, he hasn't.
So, as a coach, come on now, come on. You're watching this game.
I understand that, but man, I mean, if the guy got you there, you got to let him try.
Yeah, but okay, Peyton Manning played like shit when he got into the postseason, didn't he?
No.
Peyton Manning played like shit in the postseason.
He played like shit against the New England Patriots. The other teams, though, he played good.
He played like garbage. Purdy is playing not very well.
Yeah.
So at some point, you've got to think about, all right, he's struggling. Let's get out of this half. Let's just get out of the half. They're in the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah, they are. They got there.
So,
but in this first matchup in Super Bowl 54, he did the same thing with Garoppolo. He let the clock run out, wouldn't let him even try and score. I was like, man,
was Garoppolo a barn burner in the playoffs?
No, not at all. I'd give the ball to Purdy before I'd give it to Garoppolo.
These coaches have a feel for their player. They're talking to him when they come off the damn field. He doesn't look comfortable at all. He really doesn't. And San Francisco's got a problem stopping a run game. They love to get after the quarterback. They're kind of on par with the Cowboys. They love to get after the quarterback, but they do not want to. They're light in the pants when it comes to the run game.
Yeah.
And that Kansas City offensive line is really exerting themselves now in the playoffs.
Yeah, they are.
They're running the ball. I don't even think this game's going to be close.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I don't think it is either. But, hey, maybe we'll see something different, but I doubt it.
The older the quarterback gets, Mahomes, the better he's getting.
Yeah. Dude, he is only 29 years old, man. He hadn't even crossed the 30 threshold yet. And he's in his 4th Super Bowl.
Anybody that watched him in college is not surprised by the success he's having, because he played for a very bad Texas Tech team.
Yeah.
They did not lose because of lack of offense. That guy played to the last freaking snap, man. And so he's fun to watch. I think Kansas City's going to win that game going away.
Yeah.
I think so.
I do too. And we'll find out next week for sure. And don't forget, next week we're going to have we're going to do our pregame show at 10 a.m. that morning, and we're going to do a season wrap show about half an hour after they go off the air with the the trophy presentation and everything like that. We're going to do a wrap show that night too. So
be in bed at 7 o'clock.
What's that?
I'll be in bed at 7 o'clock.
Oh, I know you will, because you got to work the next day, which sucks. You should take the day off the next day. Damn it.
I don't pull the big drunk like I used to, man.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Know thyself, man. Know your limitations. What the man say in Magnum Force?
Yeah, disappointed. I was looking forward to seeing a Baltimore Detroit Super Bowl.
Right, that's what I wanted to see too.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't really care who came out of the AFC. I wanted Detroit in there. I really did. I wanted to see a team that had never won a Super Bowl get in there. But hey, this is what we got. I'll enjoy. You know me, man. Though I love the game. I'll enjoy it. You know, it's my favorite sport. Okay, let's continue on with the jockstrap here. I found this one earlier today. Didn't know this about your LSU Tiger cheer team, man. The national champ. Tiger Girl, a smooth criminal. They're talking about. I did not know the LSU Tiger dance team is the equivalent of the Alabama football and Oklahoma softball teams.
Dude, I'm
Tiger
telling you,
Girls have been the national champions 2 of the last 3 years. What the hell, man?
Tiger Girls, lady basketball, men's basketball team is kicking ass. Our baseball team is kicking ass. I think our gymnastics team is third in the nation. They're doing very well. Look, LSU is just it's a great university. I mean, State of Louisiana makes sure that university is well stocked with money and whatever it needs. So that's our only jewel, man. That's it.
You talking championships, sir?
There you go, man.
Is that what you're talking about?
All about championships.
These are
man.
the 2 recent ones. Anyway.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay. This next story, boys and girls kind of knew something like this was going on, but now all of a sudden it's out in the open. Vince McMahon under federal investigation over sex trafficking allegations. Also, I mean, there's a couple of headlines about this, and that guy right there, if you've read the civil suit that was filed last Thursday by what is that girl's name? Yeah, Grant is her last name. Janelle Grant filed lawsuit accusing him of sex trafficking and sexual misconduct. Now, boys and girls, I got to tell you, this is really bad for wrestling, the wrestling product, period, because there's always been allegations of sexual misconduct and things like that in wrestling. Of course, Ric Flair has made his name on saying I got so many girls and all this stuff, you know, but that's just Rick being Rick. But this guy here, if you've read that, I think it's 67-page filing, there's some disturbing shit in there. This girl was being passed around between John Laurinaitis, him, and they didn't name him. This is allegedly Brock Lesnar that they're talking about, but the closest they come to naming him in it is that she was having sex with this guy was part of the contract for a former UFC champion who was a wrestler. Now, there's not many guys that have done that.
A whole lot of guys that fit that bill.
No, it's a very small window right there. As a matter of fact, the only one I know of is Brock Lesnar. And I'm not going to list what's in that. All I'm going to tell you is if it's true, it is really disturbing. It's really bad. The day after the filing, it was filed, Vince McMahon resigned from the board of the WWE, and now they are owned by. Okay, let me backtrack just a second. Another thing that may have forced him out was the fact that Slim Jim, one of their oldest partners,
snap into a Slim Jim.
You know, back in the 80s, Macho Man was doing commercials.
Macho Man ran Savage.
And nobody in the WWE appears on anybody's commercials unless the WWE is part of that endorsement. They've been sponsors of them forever. And when they saw that thing on Thursday, they said, we're going to pause our partnership with the WWE.
Yeah. And you consider that they signed this big deal with Netflix too. So yeah. Where's that deal? You know, if I'm Netflix, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. It is. And from what I understand, you know, I follow wrestling, Dan. I may not watch it all the time, but I definitely watch my daily news stuff out of the wrestling stuff. And they're saying this is the tip of the iceberg.
Well, absolutely it is. You know, it's just another form of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to talk about some hypocrites. Wrestling. You know, because it is, you know, it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, music industry.
Yeah.
It's infested with people that want to sit there and point their fingers at us and tell us how to live and how to be civil and how to be understanding while all the while this shit goes on in the background.
Well, all the while they're jumping on that Learjet to Epstein Island, right?
And you don't ascend to a certain level without giving up a piece of your soul, man. Those people are hypocritical, dude. I'll be curious to see if anybody goes to jail.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will.
Well, the feds are on it now, so we'll see what happens there. But the lawyer for Miss Grant said in a statement on Monday that Miss Grant filed this hoping that others that they know of would come forward, and they said they can't keep up with the calls they're getting.
Well, that's it. I mean, what's going to happen is nobody's going to go to jail, but this could very well cripple WWE financially.
Yeah,
because they're going to pay large sums to keep this out of the courtrooms.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. It's not going to see the courtroom. This is going to get settled.
Oh yes.
You know, and but they're pretty much saying that Vince is done. That now that they're owned by TKO and you know, the guys that own the UFC Endeavor, that he's done. They're
that's not going to be enough. I can tell you that.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to be enough.
Anyway, moving on. We'll be keeping track of this, trust me, because I am a huge wrestling fan, and I'll be definitely keeping my ear to the grindstone on that one. You know, nose to the grindstone, ear to the story, you know, kind of thing.
Stones and ears and stuff.
And stuff. Okay, the next one, more disturbing shit. Fury as biological male wins women's golf tournament.
Just dominated it.
Dominating it too, right? Yeah. This is a transgender male. And I wish I would have pulled it up beforehand though, because I saw an article about a week ago about this person, and John Daly commented on it. You know, my man that used to smoke cigarettes on the fucking PGA Tour course.
You want to get real? John Daly's going to give you real.
And real John said, look, yeah, if I put on a skirt, I'd be destroying those girls too. It was so funny, man. Damn.
I keep going back to, if you're a parent and you've invested and your daughter has invested in whatever sport she chooses and she's passionate about to achieve certain goals and whatever it is, and then have that just taken away, man, because, it's not fair. It's not right.
It's horrible, man. It's
not
completely horrible, dude. They should look. There's a simple fix for this, folks. Stop all this diversity, equity, inclusion shit. Give them their own fucking division. Let the three guys that want to put on dresses fight it out. Okay, and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
really?
Why not?
I mean, I don't get it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a level playing field right there.
Yes, that's completely fair.
Oh, dude,
that is a level playing field.
A golf tournament, a female golf tournament, blowing doors off. That's not fair.
Yeah, right.
It's not.
It's not. It is.
That's not misogynistic. That's not being whatever. That's just what it is. It's not right. It's not fair.
No. Now, boys and girls, you want to hear something that'll give you hope? I'll show you something that'll give you hope, boys and girls. This one was sent to us by our special correspondent right there under my Hylander's roof, Kim.
Yeah, it's a great story.
The fair Kim.
Great story.
Do you see this? This is not a Photoshop picture, boys and girls. This is a young lady. Let me see if I can shrink this down and get her picture in there. I might be able to. Yeah,
I couldn't jump over those hurdles.
No, I couldn't either, man. At 89, Masters icon Flo Myler will be the oldest competitor out of over 200 athletes who will be competing in Sunday's 2024 USATF-NE and East Region Indoor Masters Championship in Providence, Rhode Island.
There you go.
Photo from several years ago at the World Championships in Poland. Good luck, Flo. This girl is getting out there and running the hurdles at 89 years old.
Doing it. And doing it well.
My God, man.
Yeah.
That gives me hope. I'm sitting here going, yeah, I'm doing good to keep my weight down and everything. I need to hit the gym, bro.
Great story, you know, and good luck to her. But yeah, beyond that, it's a great story of, look, when you think you can't get something done, you think it's So this lady right here said, "No, I'm not done yet. I'm
I'm not
89.
done yet.
I'll run the
That's it.
hurdles. Hell with it."
That's why I'm always preaching to people, man. You got to stay glass half full. There's a way to do what you want to do. You just got to keep your nose to the grindstone, like I say.
Well, yeah, the
Okay.
only person that ever stops us is ourselves.
Yeah, it's usually us that stops it. Okay, boys and girls. Next up, like I said, we'll have a producer next week, guys. I'm sorry. The producer, I've fallen down on the producing thing.
No, that's all right. We're trying to get a new schedule going here. We're trying to get the show going.
Yeah, I am. It's kind of fucking me up with my schedule changing. But we're gonna get to one of our favorite parts of the show, the flicks. Yeah, man. We're gonna watch Luke get his hand cut off. Rocky takes some hits.
How did Luke have the force when he gets his hand freaking lopped off, man? Come on. You didn't see that coming?
Right?
You got the golden diaper there. You got.
Hey, man, look, Obi-Wan and Yoda told him not to go. Okay.
Oh, he didn't move.
He's
like whack, whatever.
It's like, oh man. Yeah, he told him not to go, but he went anyway. You know.
He lost his lightsaber and everything, dude.
That's the way it goes.
Sucks.
Okay. Next one up is we got to look at the box office receipts for this weekend. Argyle opened up to less than enthusiastic 18 million. It's been getting up and down reviews. Danny says it's good though.
I dug it.
Little spoiler-free review from you on that one. What do you think?
Yeah, spoiler-free review. I liked it. Great story. Great idea behind the story. Great cast. My only complaint would be maybe it was a bit too long.
Yeah,
but I thought it was good, entertaining movie. Something that I like to go to the movies to be entertained, to get away from the world and be entertained. And that movie delivers. So yeah.
Well, it's made by one of my favorite directors, Matthew Vaughn. I'll watch anything this guy does. I mean, I love the Kingsman franchise. He did Kick-Ass. He makes really good movies, man. They're equally action, funny. They're entertaining. Yeah, they're good stuff. Then the next one was Chosen. Now that's interesting. Next at the box office was Chosen season 4, episodes 1 through 3, that was released as a Fathom event. The Chosen is the story of Jesus, Dan.
Well, there you go. I have no idea what that is.
Yes, it's a show. You can watch it on the CW.
Wow, it didn't get a whole lot of fanfare, did it?
No, it didn't. And it's a Fathom event. You know what these are? These are the special events that the theaters have.
I don't know. I don't know what a Fathom event is. You know, I would probably go see that. Well, I would go see that.
Really? Okay. Well, I'll send you the information I get from my movie club on them. But it's usually at AMC theaters. They do Fathom events. And it's stuff that's broadcast to many, many theaters at once, kind of thing. For instance, they show classic movies. I think the one they're showing, I know the 85th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz is this year, and they showed that in January at our theater as a Fathom event. So, yeah, but that I thought that was interesting. It was number 2. But if you look at the totals, not a lot of people are going to the movies, dude. Right now, they're really not.
Well, but, if it had been advertised, I guarantee you that number would have been greater than what it was.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's on the CW, and you know CW doesn't get much advertising. But anyway, Beekeeper fell to number 3. It made $5 million plus, and me and Rhonda went and saw that this weekend. Yeah. I enjoyed the shit out of that. Of course. Yeah. You know, I dig Jason Statham. I think he's one of the better action stars out there right now.
Entertaining, man. Entertaining.
With Stallone and Schwarzenegger getting older, I like watching him, man. He's really cool.
There's a void to be filled, that's for sure.
That's for sure. If somebody wants to get in it, they could make a lot of money doing it. Wonka, which that's another one I'm thinking about seeing. Did you see it, Dan?
Yes, that's one you want to see in the theater, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie.
I've been hearing nothing but good buzz about
it. Really entertaining. Mm-hmm. I dug it. Yeah.
And then Migration, which is the animated story of the birds migrating south kind of thing from New York City. So yeah, that's an animated one. So that's how the box office broke down this week. Also, we had this story coming out of the Academy Award nominations. Lily Gladstone makes Oscars history as the first Native American Best Actress nominee for
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting, man. I did not
Have
know
you
she was
seen that movie
actually.
yet?
I have not watched it yet. I have to watch it because my daughter. That was the first movie production she worked on. She
Yeah.
worked security on it. She, Danny, you'd never forget. She called me one day
Yeah.
and she said, "Dad, you're not gonna believe who I just met." I said, "Who?" She said, "John Lithgow." I said, "What?"
Wow.
She said, "Yeah, he's the nicest guy in the world. He was looking. He was lost. He was looking for where he was supposed to be going." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, he's the nicest guy in the world." And I said, "He's big, isn't he?" He goes, "Yeah, he's really tall." I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, I know."
Great actor. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
is.
if there's a movie that he's done that I didn't enjoy. So
Right. But yeah, I need to watch this one. I haven't gotten around to it yet. You know, it's a long one, right? What is it? About 3 hours long, something like that. I got to
I don't
book out some time to watch that
be a
thing.
long movie. So
But good for her. It's good to see a Native American getting nominated. I don't know if she's going to win. We'll have to look at the nominations. We'll probably do it the week of the show, which is in March, I believe, the beginning of March. So we'll definitely be doing that. Of course, we're going to cover it a lot over there on my pop culture show. You know that for sure. Next up, for you video game nerds, gear up because Red Dead Redemption 3 has been confirmed. Rockstar CEO Zelnick likened major franchises like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto to the enduring legacy of James Bond films. Yeah, Danny, if you've never played this game, I'll tell you how good this game is, Dan. I've never finished the story on it. I've never finished the story on Red Dead Redemption 2. All I do is play online. When I want to relax, I throw this in and I take a hunting trip, which is basically riding all the way up into the snow-covered mountains in the north of the map, and you're hunting elk and all kinds of shit, dude. It's
I used
great.
to play that Red Dead Revolver in the house there when I.
Yeah, that's one of the earlier chapters of this. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great game. Great
Yeah.
game. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Play it for hours and never get to the end of the map. There's so many things involved in that thing.
You should see this one. It's a gorgeous game, Dan. It is. You would enjoy that game if you ever need a game to just relax, and because I know you're a sportsman, you love hunting and fishing and stuff like that. You can do all that on this game. Plus,
Absolutely.
you can fight with. You can be a bootlegger and fight with the what are they called? I think they're called.
I dug that game because it was a Western genre, and I'm a
Mhm.
huge into the Western genres, and
Yep.
I don't play anymore because any spare time I have is going to be on one of these. So
One of those, yeah.
that's what I like to do.
Well, look, those of us that still play video games, dude, we're looking forward to that one, big time. Let me tell you. All right, we got some sad news here at the end of the flicks this week. Hero of both me and Daniel.
Yeah.
We're big fans of the Rocky series, but both big fans of Predator.
Yeah.
He's in that flick.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw Action Jackson, but
Yeah,
that was a cool movie. I mean, Carl Weathers has done it all. His latest thing he did, he was in The Mandalorian. He was in that show. And
he was just doing a commercial run with the Gronkowski for the Super Bowl.
Sure was, man.
You know?
Sure was. Yeah, he had just done that. Anyway, a linebacker turned actor who starred in the Rocky movies and The Mandalorian passes away. He was 76 years old. I wanted to show you guys this. I thought it was neat. I found it on the internet. It was a picture of his football card when he played. He didn't see much action. He was special teamer. You know what I mean, Dan? But yeah, he played for the Oakland Raiders in 70 and 71. And he also played in the CFL for, I think it was 71 through 73 for a couple of years in the CFL too.
Yeah, you don't have a Rocky franchise without Carl Weathers.
No. I don't think that movie succeeds without him.
No.
Because his whole thing when he came out as Uncle Sam, he played into it great, man. It was really good. He was Muhammad Ali. That's what Apollo Creed is. He was Muhammad Ali talking smack, right? The only difference is he wasn't doing it poetically like Ali did, right? But he was definitely the shit talking champ, and yeah, man, he was fantastic. Anyway, I wanted to share this article right here. where his co-star, who was really beloved in the circles I run in, because she was basically let go on The Mandalorian because of her political beliefs, apparently. And it was a tweet.
No, not in Hollywood.
Absolutely, man. Anyway, Gina Carano says Carl Weathers called her after Mandalorian firing, didn't want me to give up. And she didn't. She's actually leaving that show has probably been financially one of the best things she ever did. But if you read the article, she says how she didn't answer the phone because she wasn't in a mind to talk to anybody when she got let go from the show. She was not in the right frame of mind, but she called him back later, and he said just that. Don't give up. Don't give up on what you're doing. You're really great. He had directed an episode with her in it on The Mandalorian, and there was supposed to be a spinoff with her as the main character, because she was really popular in that first season of The Mandalorian. And she thought
we did watch the first season, and her character was on par with when I think of the series, I think more of her character than the other dude. She was really an anchor of that show.
Right. Anyway, she thought for sure he was going to be directing quite a few episodes of that one. She was looking forward to working with him, and they really bonded because they were athletes before they became actors. Gina Carano was in the UFC before she started acting. So let's have a toast to one of the greats, Carl Weathers. Absolutely.
RIP Carl. Yeah.
Yep.
Tink.
Gonna miss him. The older me and my brother get, the more of our heroes are gonna go by the wayside, and it kind of sucks.
And yet,
Clint Eastwood keeps going, keeps on going,
rocking and rolling.
That's too much, man. All right, next up, you know what time it is, boys and girls. It's time for them earthquakes, man.
Earthquakes.
Time for that girl to try and get her friggin' makeup on in a 7.8 earthquake. What the fuck?
She's dedicated to her craft.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man. I don't know.
Dedicated to her craft.
But we got to see what's going on here. Let's see. Didn't know he was a Raider. Oh, talking about Carl Weathers? Yeah, he definitely was. He wasn't a starter. He was one of the special teams guys. He saw some playing time in some games, though. Didn't you, Joe? Did you find Waldo? Don't show it here. I will check it out later on, man. But anyway. Yeah, we got the earthquakes, boys and girls. And to start with, we've got UPS to cut 12,000 jobs 5 months after agreeing to a new labor deal. Wow.
It's just, you had to know that was coming.
Yeah, I mean, if they make the economy a friggin' point in the election, wow. They're going to be in trouble, aren't they?
Well, the economy is always a point in the election.
Yeah.
$34 trillion in debt.
It's absolutely crazy.
And these guys just our best and brightest doing that to us.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about them in a minute. Best and brightest, man. The Teamsters in August voted to approve a tentative 5-year contract agreement with UPS, putting a final seal on continuous labor negotiations that has threatened to disrupt package deliveries for millions of businesses and households nationwide. And then they decide they're going to cut 12,000 jobs.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's just insane. That's crazy.
Get some.
Yeah. Hacked up bodies found inside coolers aboard trucks, along with warning messages from Mexican cartel. Unidentified number of hacked up bodies.
Don't worry, Joe John. Mexico is helping us with those 12 special forces dudes, whatever.
Yeah, it is. The 12 special forces guys are sent down there. Oh my God.
Cartel's like, yeah, go ahead and send somebody.
Oh, it was at the coast state of Veracruz. Prosecutors said Monday. Yikes, man. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Japanese
You see Joe
officials
down
raid a Toyota group plant after the company admitted cheating on engine tests. Wow. Hours after the probe began at Toyota's Industries Corporation plant in Hikinen, Achiya Prefecture, Central Japan.
Why do you
Toyo-
do that to yourself?
because, man, I'm reading the article.
Yeah.
You want to hear something worse?
In Japan,
Toyota. He's got the same name as the company, only it's a D in the end. Toyota vowed to steer the company out of the scandal and ensure the Japanese automaker group companies stick with making good cars. Wow, man, unbelievable. These guys. That if you didn't see the last time Danny and I were on, I had a story about this where they were actually bribing guys not to get inspections done. It's that's a sad state of affairs. Ugh. Okay, next up. Judge delays Trump's federal trial as court considers his presidential immunity claim. Judge Tanya Chutkan called off Chuckin Duckin called off the March 4th trial date, saying she will set a new date after Trump's immunity appeal is resolved. Yeah, man, wow. How many court appearances does this guy have a week now? It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Let's see. Small Time Republic says the autumn wind is also a raider. Yes, it is. Absolutely. No doubt about it, brother. But yeah, that maybe play into exactly what you were talking all year last year, man.
Well, yeah.
Keep him in trial, right? They're backing it up, get it closer to the election day.
They've got the machine to do that. They can keep him buried in paper and in litigation forever.
Right.
Because you know what? They have unlimited funds from who?
Yeah.
We the people.
That's for sure. All right. Last one we got here. I had to get this one up here. Inert nuclear missile found in U.S. man's garage.
Inert.
Police in Washington State say an old rusted rocket found in a local man's garage is an inert nuclear missile. And the guy's kind of pissed because he was going to give it to a museum. And
it sounds like right out of Joe Dirt, man.
Yeah, it does. Don't church it up, son. It's dirt.
It's dirt. Dirty. Don't church it up, son. It's dirt.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. How the hell did he? I want to know where he found that son of a bitch at. But anyway, he was giving it to a museum.
He probably digging up for a swimming pool or some shit like that and unearthed it. You know?
I hear you, man. I hear you. Okay, so that is it for the earthquakes for this week. We had a few more, but we were kind of up against the clock today. But we got plenty more for you, boys and girls, because you know what time it is now. It is time for our new showcase that my brother came up with, where he likes to look at those policymakers that make the decisions for all of us, the guys on the local, state, and federal level that are supposed to be leading us into greater and greater things.
Yeah.
It's time to look at the best and the brightest. I forgot I had it on loop. So I just let it play again. I know you like it a lot anyway. Yeah. I've got to reshare this, though, because we don't have any sound on the tab, so there's no echo. I try to steer clear of sound. until I'm ready to play some sound. But we want to start best and brightest with I believe she's called Conservative Mama. Is this
Yeah,
girl's
it's a great
name?
video clip, man. It
Yeah,
really is.
we're fixing to get into it. Let's see what's up with Conservative Mama. I had to refresh it, guys. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
On Yemen from his hospital bed. This was done without congressional approval and could potentially lead to a full-blown war. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of people illegally crossing our border right now. American children are being kicked out of their schools so that these people that are crossing illegally have a place to stay. Windows on planes are being blown out mid-flight because diversity, equity, and inclusion are more important than safe plane flights. North Korea is tinkering with nukes. Russia and Ukraine are still going at it. The Israel and Hamas war is escalating. Topless transgenders at the White House. Illegal drugs found at the White House. Democrat staffers making explicit videos in Senate hearing rooms. Suicide at an all-time high. Gender dysphoria at an all-time high. A president that really likes ice cream and 34 trillion in national debt. So I guess this is what it looks like when the adults are in charge.
There you go. I mean, she brings up great points, man. I mean, these are our best and brightest, and we elect these people.
Yeah.
In some cases, we keep electing them over and over.
That's what I don't understand, man.
And over again.
Some of these guys are lifetime politicians, man. It's crazy.
It's just like, I talk about football. At some point, you have to start blaming the players, right?
Yeah, right.
We're the ones voting these people in there again and again and again.
Are you saying the players may be fucking up? We might be dropping some balls out there.
We might be dropping some balls. We're too busy, and this is all intentional, fighting with each other and these different issues and labels, and we're not paying attention. How could we? We're working.
Right.
And again, depending on what station you tune into, you're going to get a certain viewpoint. And you eventually, human nature is just find one that suits your need. And there you go.
Yeah.
So, it's all intentional. And these people are at the wheel spending money like, they have
drunken sailors.
Yeah.
I believe it's called Drunken Sailors. I did want to share this, Dan, as you were saying, dividing us. This is my favorite meme on that subject, by the way. This is what the U.S. government fears the most. Right here, boys and girls. That's what they fear.
My favorite meme of all time.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's true. It's totally true.
This is one of the reasons why they fear veterans, too.
Yeah.
Because we know that the color of your skin don't freaking matter. It
does not.
There's no races in foxholes, boys and girls. There's just one color, green, and that's it. Red, white, and blue. That's your color when you're in the military. But anyway, so let's take a look at what they did this week. This one right here, this almost got the SJWA award, I think. Connecticut school district facing backlash after stripping Veterans Day, Columbus Day from holiday calendar.
Yeah, so they're not recognizing those. Yeah, Veterans Day and Columbus Day, and there's a lot of schools that have done that on the East Coast, and they may be doing it here. I don't know. Columbus Day, you can argue that one. I mean, the Italian community's pissed off about that, and you can argue that one away. But Veterans Day. What the fuck? Why are we not celebrating Veterans Day, the ultimate sacrifice, so people could sit on their fat ass and live whatever life they want to live and bitch about whatever they want to bitch about? That shit didn't happen just... England didn't go, okay, cool.
You guys could do it.
The Nazis didn't go, you know what, we'll stop.
No, somebody had
some fucking people died for that shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? Columbus Day, I don't care. Whatever. But Veterans Day?
Yeah.
Come on. Even if you're not a veteran, you got to recognize that your freedoms came at a fucking ultimate cost, man.
Yeah.
And how are we not celebrating Veterans Day?
That doesn't make any sense, man. Whoever.
That's why that wasn't a Simple Jack Award winner, because that's not even funny. There's
it's not
there's no
funny.
angle you can come at that and be funny about that.
Yeah.
That's our
It's
best.
by the way, that's board member Joshua S's made a motion to wipe the holidays from the school calendar.
It got passed, but that's not the only school that does that, though. They cite other schools that are already doing that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Look, I tell you right now, the way the world is burning, and if things don't change, they're going to have a draft because our enlistment numbers are way down.
Yeah.
There's no patriots. We don't raise patriots anymore. At least 3 generations have been taught how bad this country is. Why would you lay down your life for this country? Go live somewhere else, motherfucker, and then you'll find out what is great about this country.
People that have never left this place, they don't know there's a reason why there's tons of people coming here.
Yep.
They don't get to do that down south of us. Okay. And lastly, in best and brightest, we've got Lauren Boebert switch districts.
Yeah,
in a bid to stay in Congress, winning over voters won't be easy. Now, this is the same girl they had the video of.
Because her message has changed so much. She's the typical politician, and now the district that she did win, and she's going out because they don't believe in her anymore. So what is she doing? She's just moving down the road a little bit to a different district in the same state that's more pliable to what her message. She's the typical politician. Instead of going out to her constituents and say, okay, let's have a discussion. Let's figure out what is the problem. And let me try to fix it. Where did I mess up? She's not going to have that conversation. She's just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah. She's heading down the road, maybe getting a little bit better deal down the road. She's free. I guess she's a political free agent. Is that what she's trying to do? You know?
Well, she's just trying to find a district where she can stay in power.
Right.
She is a career politician. That is who she is. And that is a huge cancer in our nation.
Yep. Absolutely. I hear you, man. Okay, boys and girls, that is it for the best and brightest this week. Let's hear it for them. That last one kills me, dude.
Oh, man.
The tall guy, I think his name's
so good, dude. So good.
Great. Man. Okay, boys and girls, you know what that means. It is time to buckle your chin strap.
Oh, boy.
Get your pads on.
Oof.
It's time
to get
turn
real.
out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Bro, he starts about 2 yards prior to the 30-yard line. Gets lost.
Puts a whomping on him, dude. That's
a
whomping and a stomping. Everything within an inch of his life. Launched Kurt Warner straight onto the retirement couch.
Oh my God.
Oh, unbelievable. That was not the only quarterback that defense did it to that year, though.
No.
They sent Brett Favre packing too.
They busted him up pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
they did. And then
his ass to retirement.
Then they beat Peyton Manning too.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Made him
You
cry.
can say all you want about Drew Brees and how great that offense was. Yeah, they were really talented. They always were. But man, they didn't win the big one until they got a defense could smack you in the mouth.
That's a bunch of outlaws on that defense, dude.
You know,
Straight outlaws.
The thing I hate. Well, you're right. your safety ended up being a really bad guy. I hated that blemish on it, man. But other than that, they were a bad bunch of dudes. And that guy right there, Bobby McRae, yeah, he should have gone to jail for that shot right there.
He let him have it. He says, you have no more business in the NFL, bro.
That may be. I'll have to check and see. Didn't they come up with the blindside tackle rule the next year? Something like it was pretty close to that.
I'm
Because
glad
you
they didn't
remember
have
people
it
used to light each other up like that on the football field all the time.
Yeah.
But man, Warner
he let him have it.
He took it for the rest of the league right there. Hey, John, it's good to see you. Well, in my little thing tonight, I always like to have a last word before Danny gives out his Simple Jack Award. Let's see. Oh, Allie says hi. It's good to see you, man. Tell her we said hi. I have to crow a little bit because my favorite female superhero, who you see next to me in two different forms every time you see me on YouTube, has now got a face put into it. The young lady's name is, dude, don't laugh. This is actually her last name, okay? Millie Alcock is going to be playing Supergirl coming up in the next Superman movie, Superman Legacy. DC's new Supergirl is the House of the Dragons star Millie Alcock. Now, this girl was in House of the Dragon, and from what I hear, Danny's dying over. From what I understand, she was really good in the show. I don't watch Game of Thrones or its spinoffs or anything like that, but I hear she was fantastic in the show, and I do like her look. She's gonna fit in just fine in the House of L's uniform with the big S on the chest. I think she's going to do just fine at it. I'm really glad to see she's going to be in the movie. The only thing I'm worried about, Dan, is this is now, this guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn. He made the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and what we found out here recently in some of the behind the scenes stuff is he's the one that really came out with the roadmap for the Marvel universe in the first three phases of Marvel.
Yeah.
Right up into Endgame. Apparently this guy laid the roadmap out for him because he's the comic book fan of the bunch.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I've said this before, I'll say it again, is my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Dug them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome.
Well, they're good. And don't get me wrong, I love them. I actually think that the third one, the one about Rocket and all that stuff, is actually better than the second one. I think that the first one's the best, but I think the third one's better than the second part.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
But here's what a lot of our concern is, though. But I really think he's going to treat the material a little differently. People are afraid that a Superman movie with that kind of tilt, the off-kilter take on things, is not going to work too well. But this guy's a comic book guy, so he's probably going to go at this with a different lens. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as long as he sticks with the source material, which Marvel, once they got with DC, they didn't seem to like to stick with source material, and they alienate their own fan base for whatever reason. But he sticks to the source material, I'm sure it'll be true to the fan base. So, and that's your,
That's what I worry about. And the other thing that really has me kind of going, I hope it's good, is it's a Superman movie. It's called Superman Legacy, but we keep hearing about more characters being put in it. We found out that Nathan Fillion is going to be playing a Green Lantern in it named Guy Gardner. And now we've got Supergirl's going to be in it too. So no word about who the villain is or anything like
Superman
that.
In it?
Yeah, right. Yeah. The guy's name is Corn Sweat. They've already cast. The last names of these people is just right. We got a girl named Alcock and a dude named Corn Sweat. John says if Gunn doesn't make Clark a Boy Scout, then it will fail. Absolutely. Superman is a Boy Scout at heart. It's got to be that way. That we've had that discussion several times on my other show. Yes, they have to do that. So I just wanted to put her face out there, let you guys know that yes, my favorite female superhero She's got a face now. It's Millie Alcock. She's going to play Supergirl in the upcoming Superman. Dan, I know it's killing you. Yeah, it killed me when I read it. I hate reading it.
And yet you keep reading it over and over and over again.
For comedy's sake, yes. Okay, boys and girls, you know what that means. It's time for America's favorite segment of the show. It's when my brother gives out that special award. We like to call it the Simple Jack Award. It's that award we give out to, these people. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to get things done for folks that they care about and stuff, but they just can't quite get it done, for whatever reason it may be. And this week, boys and girls, it comes from the NFL. What did we say we were going to call this? The analytics division?
Analytics version.
Analytics edition.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions fans, I'm sorry. Your head coach gets the Simple Jack Award this week. Dan Campbell admits to mistake in championship game. Now, which mistake did he admit to, Dan?
I don't know. I mean, that's just a headline. I mean, anybody that's watched the game and, it seems like globally everybody's in agreement that the coach made some decisions that cost the team the game, So there was two times when he could have taken points, and which would have been the difference in the game if nobody else scored anything else. So they could have won that game, but he stayed true to what he did. And, some of that is knowing what's going on the field. And if your team is not rising to the occasion, maybe you have to make a different decision. And it looked like every time he did that, there's a certain player that just couldn't seem to catch the football. So, and in some of those situations, Dan Campbell definitely leaned on the analytics, and it cost them. They left a lot of points on the field, which I think would have been the difference in the game. And he effed up royally on the in the championship game. So his decisions, I hate to say it, cost Detroit the game. And analytics killed him. So that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never.
He went full retard on an analytical level.
And look, we have this discussion all the time on my football show we do weekly, and that shit drives me nuts. I count it up. And look, you're in a championship game. You got to take the points that are presented. You got to pile them up. I just think.
Well,
look, they have a 20-point lead if he kicks that field goal.
Yeah.
That makes you coach differently on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
It makes you do that. It puts you under more pressure.
Purdy right then was not looking good, and that would have put more pressure on them to score more points. And the thing about analytics, analytics doesn't take into consideration the human factor. And you've got guys that were wilting.
There was one play in that game that completely changed the entire game, and it was a freak accident. The Detroit safety should have had a friggin' interception, but that's why he plays defense. He doesn't have the greatest hands in the world. It bounced off his freaking chest right up into the air and
hit him in the face, dude. Hit him in the fucking helmet.
My God.
Right through his hands.
Wasn't anywhere near the receiver, but because of that, it bounced in the air and gave the receiver a second chance, and he capitalized on the opportunity.
Yeah, touchdown.
And unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And the game totally changed on that, right?
It did. Momentum changed, and then they turned the ball over quick. Boom, San Francisco had the ball again.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And if he'd have taken those points, it would have been they would have needed a touchdown, not a field goal. I mean, it totally changes the way you coach a game. I hate it for Dan Campbell too, because he's done a great job of turning the culture around in that team.
Yeah.
If maybe it's going to take home field advantage throughout for him. I know I was pulling for the Packers. I was pulling for the Packers big against San Francisco the week before, so they could play at home. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think you're going to hear any, and I haven't to date heard any of his players come out publicly and criticize his decisions, because he did it all year.
He did.
He put the ball in their hands, I believe in you. But yeah, you just got to understand that the situation right there.
Where you're at, yeah.
Up, put 3 on the board, and it really puts the pressure on. And yeah, so
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be back. I got to say this though, even though he's the Simple Jack Award winner, there's a guy that I've blasted for years that he didn't cost him the game, and that's Goff. I was proud of him. He did not cost them the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, that division is going to be interesting next year because Packers are coming on. So that's not a gimme for Detroit, you know?
Yeah, thanks for remembering, E-Clay. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is the new time, 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to go through everything on the channel. And Danny, I've got to get your recording and upload it. Is that what you wanted me to do, to start playing it during this part? Okay. I don't know. I may have to put that on a file on the computer. I'll have to figure out how to do that because I've never played just sound, but I'm sure it can be done. Analytics can't account for momentum in a game. Yeah.
Nope. That's the human element.
He said here. Yep. In 12 years, we will have Super Bowl 69. Damn, Tim. I got to get Tim's clip in here too. I got a lot of work to do on this show, guys. I'll get to it. But for right now, let me let you guys know what's going on with the channel. Of course, you know you're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Sunday now at 5 p.m. Central Time. Now we won't be here next Sunday because it is Super Bowl Sunday, but the Sunday after that, we'll be going with it, and we'll probably find another time during the week next football season. But for right now, we're going to stick with 5 p.m. Central Time. All right, so you guys tune in for that every Sunday evening at 5 p.m. And then later on tonight, I'm going to go ahead and add another video game stream to my schedule. And this, it's another Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. We're going to play it. We're going to play some Madden tonight. I've got a few teams ready for a Super Bowl, so we're going to play some Super Bowls. You guys come hang out with me at 11 p.m. Central Time tonight.
Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Well, I've got one to finish with New England.
Yeah.
I've got one to finish with the Dreadnoughts, a team that I think I'd move the Cardinals to San Antonio. How funny is this? The San Antonio team called the Dreadnoughts. Pretty sure San Antonio is landlocked, buddy. But the guys that developed Madden decided, let's put a ship on the side of the San Antonio helmet, right? Anyway, we're going to be playing 11 p.m. tonight, so come check it out. And then tomorrow on Military Monday, we're going to do No Way Out, one of my favorite movies ever.
Yes,
Kevin Costner when he's really young. What is that guy's name, Daniel? I guess I could look it up real quick. That plays Gene Hackman's assistant. Gene Hackman plays a senator in this movie.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The thing I always remember is him in Armageddon, right?
Yeah.
Saying, "Man, what are you doing with a gun in space?"
He's gone in 60 seconds. He's a great character.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. Hang on, the chat's gonna get it up there before I do, man. You watch. Somebody's gonna have
Chapman.
it. Let's see.
Jesus Palace.
What'd you say?
He played the. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. They're talking about the Super Bowl in here. Yeah. Das Wolfen's a happy man. Chiefs Kingdom. Don't you worry, man. I think you guys got another one in the bag. That's just me, though. Let's see. No Way Out. Let me find out. That's going to drive me nuts, this guy's name. I've got to find out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is... We go down here, and we find out that his name is Will Patton. That is his name. Will Patton. Will Patton is one of my favorite actors ever. My favorite movie with him in it is one with Costner, but it's not this one. It's The Postman.
Yeah, very good.
Yes,
very good.
He is awesome in that movie, man. He's a great bad guy. Anyway, you can check it out Monday morning at 10 a.m. on Pop Culture Minefield's channel, Military Monday with Gary. And then that afternoon, I can't believe it, Danny is one of the biggest fans of Schwarzenegger I've ever met, and he's never seen Last Action Hero.
Nope, never have.
But we're going to talk about Last Action Hero on That 70s Rock Fans channel tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Time. So definitely come check that out. It's one of my favorite movies. The soundtrack alone is worth watching this movie. It's a lot of fun. And then Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time, it's another Papa Joe Gamer After Dark show, and it's me playing Wet on the PS3. Of course, I'm going to have to troubleshoot it, make sure it's working right, because it failed on me last week. But yeah, we're going to play some Wet. If you like Quentin Tarantino movies and you want to see a girl with a samurai sword and 2 pistols and bullet time shoot some stuff up, come check it out, man. It's a lot of fun. And then Wednesday is the Pop Culture Show at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. It's State of the Atmosphere. And we talk about movies, comic books, all the stuff that we dig, TV shows. And yeah, I'll be doing a review of the Beekeeper on that show for you. So you guys come check it out at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then later on that evening at 8 p.m., it's Game Night with John on Pop Culture Minefields channel at 8 p.m. Central Time. He's going to be back to playing Uncharted this week on Game Night on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And he also does Game Night on Fridays playing Baldur's Gate. He's getting pretty close to the end on that one too. So definitely check him out on Game Night, which comes your way Wednesday and Fridays at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. And then I've moved the Sketching the Privateer show to Fridays at 1 p.m. Central Time, because I finally got Saturdays off. That's why all these shows are moving, because I'm trying to clear my calendar on Saturdays so I can go do some things like go see the Beekeeper. So check out Sketching the Privateer, the story of America's pirate patriot, when I sketch it live on it's on Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then Super Bowl Sunday, we will have 2 shows of pregame party. Me and the boys will be getting together. And Danny, you're cordially invited as usual if you want to come.
I think I'll probably make that one, dude. I'll probably make that one.
We're going to do a pregame for Super Bowl Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And then he will be in bed the next time we do it. Trust me, because we're going to wrap the season that night after the broadcast goes off the air on CBS. That's who's covering the Super Bowl this year. So check us out on NFL Pregame Party on Super Bowl Sunday for sure. And then it's back around to the Brothers Hack the Matrix the next week. So don't forget, we don't have a show next week. We're going to be doing Pregame Party all day next week. And then it'll be
Super Bowl.
Yes, for the Super Bowl. It should be a national holiday. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Really, but then again, there's a lot of people, Dan, there's a lot of people that don't watch this Super Bowl anymore. Because of some of the things that they've pushed. All this woke agenda shit has really turned some people off of some of the entertainment that we dig.
Real quick, I'll tell you another thing that's turned off some people is the fact that when a game comes on, you're getting these DraftKings commercials and these betting sites.
Yeah, the gambling side of it. Yeah. And what's jacked up is they're in bed with them, man. It's doesn't bode well for the future.
Well, you knew it was always there in the background, but it's
it's always been in there in the background. You've always heard about these scandals. I think the last one was an NBA ref shaving points, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. That was the big one. Yeah,
but they are not concerned about the fan bases at all about what they think.
Yeah,
no doubt. So there you go.
No doubt about it. Hey guys, tuning in on Rumble. Hey Sam, good to see you, man. I'm sorry, I should have popped up the chat from over there. Danny, remind me to do that in the future. Pop up the chat from Rumble. Thanks for representing over there, Sam. I'll be seeing you soon on Jed's show, the MF or Roadhouse. That'll be fun. We're gonna be doing that on Sunday nights. Yeah. And so anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. Check out the channel for the schedule. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. And I'm struggling here, Dan.
What?
Where am I?
Get there.
See you.